Hello there. Happy Money Monday, and welcome to my weekly video newsletter. For those of you who might not know yet, this is something new. I am trying out a short weekly, just once a week video newsletter where I just very candidly and honestly talk about what have I been thinking about? What have I been pondering? What have I been reading? What have I been learning? And no editing, etc. And just to give you this little extra snippet into my candid life, and this is only for people on the newsletter, like no one else gets to see this. And just in terms of all honesty, 2 seconds before recording this, I reached down under my desk to get my laptop charger and I smacked my face off the desk. And now the inside of my lip is bleeding. But I was like, okay, I guess now's the perfect time to record my video newsletter. So I'll keep this short. I'll keep this quick. Again, this is just something I'm testing out or trying. Oh, yeah. I also wanted to share with you, I am in the process of creating a separation in my email list. So if you get emails from me, I'm going to create 2 separate segments. One is the everybody is on the newsletter. And for the newsletter, you get 1 email a week. And that email is the video newsletter. It also is going to include information about this week's podcast episode, which is also super fun. You should check out this week's. I just finished recording it. It's really exciting. As well as, any other updates and any information is all in that one newsletter. And if you want to get valuable emails about abundance, money mindset, tangible money work, and get valuable emails also delivered to you each week, you can sign up for the Empowered Abundance waitlist. And that's where those emails will live now. You'll also get all the updates about the Empowered Abundance program when enrollment is opening again, when enrollment is open, so that you never miss any information there. So if you're not already on the Empowered Abundance waitlist, you can sign up for that down below. Otherwise, if you're just on the email newsletter, these are the types of emails you're going to get. So what's up in my world? This past weekend, I had a few small things that happened that felt very profound to me. And this is honestly how I live my life, is small things in life and day to day happen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand the secret of the universe. One is that my boyfriend and I built a snowman. I'm going to try and put an image right here. So we have a tradition. I've been dating my boyfriend for over 5 years now, and we have a tradition of building a snowman. And so the first year we were dating, we had an awesome snow day. We went out there, we built this snowman. We got his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and then he was our snowman, and we named him Jeffrey. And then Jeffrey melted in the springtime or whenever the snow melted. And I went into my backyard, collected his pieces, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and I went all out. I took this box and I spray painted it gold, and I made a homemade ribbon from scratch, and I glued it on there beautifully. And then on the inside, I painted Jeffrey, and I put his face parts in that box, and then I gave it to my boyfriend for Christmas the following year and was like, here, it's our snowman. It's Jeffrey. So now every year we bring our snowman, Jeffrey, back to life. Now, last year in 2025, it didn't happen. It's the timing didn't work out. We didn't have enough snow. When we did have snow, it wasn't the right kind of snow, and we just never built him in 2025. And this is so significant to me because I find when I stop doing something, or if I make the choice to stop doing something, or it slips through the cracks, it just keeps not happening. So this year in 2026, I was like, we have to do it. We have to build this snowman. I don't care how hard it is, or how, but we just have to find a way to make it happen, because I can't go 2 years without building a snowman, because I believe that if we do, then it's just this habit is gone. And this is something important to me that I want to have for the rest of our lives, because I even have this photo album in Jeffrey's box that has pictures of us with the snowman every year. So I was like, I want this to exist forever. I want to pass this on to our kids. So anyway, all of this to say, I live in New England. I live in Massachusetts. We got a ton of snow last weekend, and like the timing was kind of hard, but I was looking forward to this past weekend to be like, we're doing it. We're building the snowman. That's like the only thing on my agenda for Saturday is building a snowman. So we go out there and the snow is not snowman snow. It was like so dry and it just like, it doesn't stick together. And we had already tried earlier this year to build a snowman and it was the same. And so we like couldn't do it. So I was just like, so like, what is happening? Like we have so much snow, but I still can't build a snowman. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care. We are building this snowman no matter. And so we did. Okay, now I'm going to show you the picture. This is the time. This was this year's snowman. Jeffrey looked a little different this year, but I am proud of us because it's okay if Jeffrey looks different from year to year. It's okay if it's kind of ridiculous and silly that he's more of a snow mound instead of a snowman because I did it. We kept it alive. And now I know that like next year, the universe is going to be on our side and it's going to give us that perfect snow with perfect timing. And we'll be able to have Jeffrey living on forever. And this is just all of this story to say, I think this is a reflection of the habits that we do and the habits that we live our lives by. And there are some times where like I have small habits just in my day to day and in my routine. And sometimes I'm like, oh, like I don't want to do that right now. But if it's important to me, I remind myself, oh yeah, I do this because it's important to me. And I'm afraid, honestly, that if I don't do it, that it's going to slip into the abyss and get forgotten. And so I just like to remind myself of that is even if it's hard, even if it's challenging, even if it's unideal, can we still take the actions that we want to take? And that's true for small things. And it's also true for big things. I feel like that's a really significant lesson in life. Okay, here's my other story from this weekend that's equally small and silly, but also very profound to me. I was having game night with my family, and we were going to play this game. It's kind of like charades-esque, but totally not that at all. But it requires drawing, and we had pencils. And so there was pencils in the game. And then I was like, oh, I need to sharpen this pencil. And I'm just like sitting there sharpening this pencil, not paying attention at all, like having a conversation. Then I was like, I should probably like stop sharpening this pencil now. And I just like pulled the pencil out. And I kid you not, it was the sharpest pencil ever. Like literally, I'm going to see if I can show you a picture of this too. I don't know if it's going to come across in the photo, but like the sharpest pencil ever because it wasn't just like pointy. It was like pointy and then some. It like kept going in a skinny line and it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind. Not only that a pencil could be that sharp, but what really blew my mind was the fact that I very distinctly remember as a middle school child sharpening pencils and trying my hardest to get them perfect. I'd be like, I'm going to get it perfect. And then it was always like this risky game where it's like, oh no, and then I broke it. Now I got to start all over. Or like, it just like could never really get it sharp like I wanted it. And I like worked so hard and put so much attention and so much energy into trying to get it perfect versus flash forward freaking 20 years later. I'm sitting there sharpening a pencil, not even thinking about it, not even trying, having like an arbitrary amount of time that I was sharpening for, wasn't paying attention, and then boom, it was like perfect. It couldn't have been sharper if I had tried. And so that's the lesson that I took away from that. I was like, this is such an accurate picture of like when we're trying too hard to do something or create something versus when we like totally release the reins and we just go into total flow and like surrender and trust the universe. And we're not trying to do something at all. And then it just happens perfectly. And I was like, wow, if 7-year-old Scarlett could see this now, like she had no idea this day was coming. So anyway, all of that to say, sometimes we just got to release the reins. And also trust that at some point in the future, we will have built the muscle memory and the skill set and we will have set the stage for something magical to happen seemingly out of the blue that we're not even trying to achieve at all. I'm sure you have examples like this in your life, and I'd love to hear them. You can feel free to reply to my email and tell me what they are, because I would love for this to be engaging and interactive. Okay, so those are my two really fun stories from this weekend. I could say more, but I want to keep this short, so I'm not going to. Next week, I am going to Vegas for a business trip. And then after that, I am going to Costa Rica for a retreat. I'm excited to tell you more about these things, especially because going to Vegas was hard for me to decide to do because I had no desire to go to Vegas. The timing was really hard because I was already planning on going to Costa Rica. I have clients. It just was, and it's like a lot of money I wasn't planning on spending, but the opportunity presented itself and I made the hard choice to say yes, even though it was pretty stressful, unexpected financially, and also just with my time and managing my business and figuring out like, how am I going to hold all these things? And sometimes I feel like the universe gives us things with hard and challenging timing and gives us choices that have to be made just to see what we do and to see what we're choosing. And this kind of goes back to the snowman too, right? It's like the worst ideal situations, but yet what are you choosing? Are you choosing to build the snowman anyway and like choosing to live that life of someone who builds a snowman every year? Or are you surrendering it to the circumstances in the situation? So that's why I'm going to Vegas, is because I had a conversation with somebody. I knew this like business focused trip was something that I really needed. I really wanted. I felt the call. And then I kind of like put it off saying yes. I put it off like making the investment. I put it off booking my flights. I was annoyed that I was going to like lose money on my flight from Boston to Costa Rica because now I'm staying in Vegas for the week. But I just like knew internally, I was like, I need to do this. Even though it feels scary, even though it feels hard, I need to trust my initial feelings from when I was having this conversation with this person, and I just need to bite the bullet and do it. So I've been riding that like stress a little bit the past couple of weeks, sitting on it, but now it's coming up next week. And I'm finally getting to the place where like, okay, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think I've figured out how to manage everything so that it feels good. But anyway, that's really the story of taking these risks and making choices in alignment with the lives we want to live, even when it seems like the universe is testing us and doing it in a hard way. So anyway, that is this week's newsletter. Go ahead and check out this week's podcast episode down below. And if you want to sign up for the Empowered Abundance waitlist and get some valuable abundance-based emails and get updates on the Empowered Abundance program and when enrollment is opening next, then you can check that out down below and sign up there. And I'm going to record one when I'm in Vegas for sure. I will see you next week.